An update on the Justin Baldoni dust up with Blake Lively. You know that Justin and his team promised to start releasing all of his correspondence with her. They're saying, we'll be an open book. This is not a nice person. And Justin bent over backwards to accommodate her many, many demands, which included, according to him, taking over the film, rewriting scenes, all of which is very irregular for the co-star. That's what the producer does, maybe a director, certainly a writer, none of which she was. But they're saying she decided she wanted to take over and use the power of her fame and name and that of her husband, Ryan Reynolds, to bully Justin Baldoni into the fetal position. And this has been released now, according to TMZ. They're sourcing Justin, saying he's following through on his vow to release all his communications with Blake Lively, revealing a nearly 7-minute apology he sent her at 2 a.m. while they were working on the film It Ends With Us. The audience may recall this all got started because she came out in the New York Times alleging that she'd been sexually harassed by him and that he, to keep it secret, generated an inorganic Blake Sucks media campaign against her last summer when the movie was released. It had people like the New York Times and others saying, gee, we have to rethink all the bad press that we read or wrote about Blake Lively. Were we used by a sexual harasser trying to smear her? And this led Justin to eventually speak out saying, this is all BS, that I didn't harass her in any way, shape, or form. She tried to steal my movie from her. I bent over backward to accommodate her. Her alleged claims of sexual harassment are complete BS. Here's what really happened. Released their actual texts, putting things like, he watched me breastfeed naked in my trailer in context when we saw text from her saying, I'm breastfeeding in my trailer, come on over. And they've gone tit for tat in the, nice pun right after the breastfeeding, ever since in the media. So this is just the latest salvo, and I will play you a 2-minute summary of the 7-minute groveling apology he sent her in this voicemail at 2 a.m. It's interesting, by the way, he has it. I guess he was taping his own voicemails, because this is, according to TMZ, coming from him or his team, not from her. I think the point of it is to show us that he was not some evil harasser. He was, he was subjugated to her and Ryan Reynolds, and clearly afraid of both of them. This guy's been to a few too many how to be a feminist classes. Take a listen.
Hey, Blake. It is 2 a.m. Hopefully this does not wake you up. I want to start with an apology. Man, reading the second part of your message, my heart sank. And I'm really sorry. I for sure fell short. And you worked really hard on that. And the way you framed it and how that made you feel, I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me. That takes a lot of trust and vulnerability. And damn right, you got great friends if that's how you felt and they knew that. And we should all have friends like that, aside from the fact
we
that
think
they're
that's
two of the most
Taylor
creative
Swift,
people
though
on
we
the
don't know
planet.
for sure.
The three of you guys together is unbelievable. Talk about energy and just to force all three of you. But I just wanted you to know that I didn't need that, because it's really good and it's going to make the movie sing like you said, and I'm excited to go through the whole movie with you. I'm just excited to spend time with you. I'm excited to be in your sphere and your presence, and for us to share creative juices together, although that sounds terrible. I think you and I have been trying to build a relationship, which I think we've done successfully. I mean, here we are talking like this, me into my phone at 2 a.m, but there's nothing more exciting to me like that I get to work with Blake Lively and have her, all of her. Anyways, I have so much more to say. I'm going to stop rambling because Jesus Christ, it's been 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So me. I'm sorry. You probably have kids all over you and a baby on your boob, and you're listening to me ramble at 2 a.m.
He's an odd man. This is an odd man. I can't imagine receiving a 7-minute, I guess it was a voice memo that he did on his own phone, sent her. Why? Nobody wants a 7-minute voice memo or voicemail from anybody. Even just a call seems aggressive in 2025, doesn't it? When somebody calls you, it seems aggressive. But never mind, a 7-minute. So there's speculation that this may be one of the things, because it sounds like they'd already had their fight that night where Ryan Reynolds reamed him out. But, you tell me whether your husband wants a man calling you at 2 a.m. and whether there was something between these two that got Ryan Reynolds back up, that made him a little concerned, that had her running to the harassment. I swear it was harassment place. It's one of the theories that's out there. What I hear is an emasculated man who is probably not a harasser, but is a bootlicker, begging for his star to treat him well and let him participate in his own movie, which doesn't exactly make Justin look great, but it certainly doesn't support her narrative that he was this evil, brutal, bully, sexual harasser, and poor little meek, powerless Blake just had to deal with his aggressive advances. That's just so obviously a lie at this point. I don't know. She's made herself into Amber Heard. We all see it. This was a massive disaster for her to unleash this PR campaign against him, which, by the way, Brian Friedman told us she started. She was the one through her PR agent who was dropping negative stories about Justin, not the other way around. She played with fire, and now she got burned. This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry. By the way, his book in 2021 was called Man Enough, Undefining My Masculinity. And he did a whole podcast trying to undefine his masculinity. Justin, you succeeded. You're good. You can stop unspooling now because there's no thread left on that thing. We continue to face uncertainty when it comes to the economy, with a perfect storm brewing as Social Security and Medicare hit a breaking point as the largest generation is hitting retirement. A smaller workforce means a smaller tax base. You pair that with our growing national debt and the rising cost of living, and we could have a very big problem on our hands. So what are you doing right now to protect your family for the future? Gold can be a very safe haven in very hard economic times. And Birch Gold makes it easy to diversify a portion of your savings into physical gold. Birch Gold will help you transition an existing IRA or 401k in whole or in part into an IRA in gold. And it won't cost you one penny, not one, out of pocket. Protect your future today. Text MK to 989898 and get your free info kit on gold and a copy of The Ultimate Guide for Gold in the Trump Era with a foreword by Donald Trump Jr. There's no obligation, just information. Birch Gold has earned the trust of countless Americans looking to safeguard their savings. Text my initials, MK, to the number 989898 today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.